Alright, so two things I want to get off my chest before we get started. Which, unfortunately, I do have to talk about these things, since it seems to be a bit of an issue right now. But here we go. First things first is I build weapon videos the way I build weapon videos because I want to make sure that I test the weapon with no full setups. Keep in mind, I do not want to force you to play this way either. I just want to show you this weapon on its own because I want you to have the freedom to have any setup you want with said weapon. That's why I mentioned that it's multiplicative or not, so you know whether or not it's a good idea to go and, do what you want to do. I'm not going to force you to use any weapons that you don't want to use that come along with the weapon. I'm not going to force you to use any elements. That's important, but we'll get on to that later. And I'm not going to be using my platform to force you to use any Warframe that you want to use, right? I'm not going to force you to use anything that I want you to use, essentially, right? And here's the issue with that, which leads into the second situation, which is where I kind of sort of asked that from you. Basically, I've run into a situation a couple of times in multiple videos where people essentially, rather than just suggesting something, will insult me and demand that I do something. Keep in mind, I have mentioned multiple times that the reason why I hate Wukong is not because he's a bad frame, but because people try to force me to use him. The more you try to force me to do something, especially if you're going to insult me, the more I'm going to fight you. That's just how it works. Do not force me to do anything, and do not fucking insult me. So, that's basically the two things I wanted to get off my chest. I tried to make it as fast as possible, and I hope I got through to you guys. Keep in mind, I'm probably going to have to do another one of these again as I grow bigger. So, yeah. Don't be a bitch. Alrighty then, my delicious people, welcome to another video. And to lighten the mood a bit, we're going to be doing something really fun. Keep in mind, it is actually due to the fact that I had much better of a reception from the fun video. Yay! So I'm going to be doing almost strictly for fun stuff. Like the fun builds, the stuff that is really enjoyable. Probably not unique stuff, since I have this thing where I'm still at a point where it kind of sort of has to be good for me to use it, but I'll figure out something that's fun and good sometime, and we'll get that in there as well. Speaking of something that's fun and good, also very iconic, we're going to be going with the war! And the reason why we're going with the war is actually because I wanted to try this thing for a really long time, but I never got to a point where I could do it. But keep in mind, I currently have heavy. I currently have two heavy blades that could probably do this. There's also the war, and there's also the Vitrica. But I want to do the war because it's more fun. It may not be better than the Vitrica, but I'm not going to force you to not use this on the Vitrica. So if you want to use it on the Vitrica, that's very much on you. I said that in a rude way, but if you want to put it on the Vitrica, you can do that. It's also better, so. But yeah, let's do this. So we're gonna go with a very interesting build. Let me put it together so you can see my thought patterns, and then we're gonna take it into the simulacrum. So we're gonna go with pressure point, prime pressure point specifically. You can use the regular pressure point if you don't have the prime. Prime reach, same thing with this. If you don't have the prime, you can use this. We're also going to go with condition overload. It's not multiplicative, but I did some tests and found that prime pressure point is a really good option here. So yeah, we're going to go with weeping wounds. We're gonna go with Galvanized Elementalist. We're gonna go with this, and this for gas and electric. I remember somebody asking me how gas and electric stands compared to blast and corrosive. So I get to show you this, and honestly, to have a little bit of spoiler, I will say that gas and electric is really, really good as long as you use it with a melee. And we're going to be doing it with melee influence. So let's go into Simulacrum and show you the optimal situation, which is 20 motherfuckers in a big ball. Alright, so let's do something really interesting. I want to go against Manic Bombards to show whether or not this is like a really, really, really good setup. I don't know if it is, but Manic Bombards are king. Oh, also, I forgot to mention, this is gonna come with a little bit of a situation where I am also gonna be using Durgia. I'll show you Durgia's build. Duriga, sorry, not Duriga. I'm gonna show you Duriga's build later, but I'll show you at the end essentially. But Durgia will be able to help us out here. Pew! See? He does viral and heat, which is very good. Check this out. I do believe I'm doing like 25,000, 25,000 per hit. However, I don't know why, but these guys don't take that much damage. I do believe they have a damage reduction. I don't know. There we go, yeah, there we go. Like that, 21,000 just now, not 25, 21,000. Let's go to Heavy Gunners, which is much more realistic, and also they're level 180 Heavy Gunners, so they're no joke. But, boom. Yes, Queen, spin. Also, I want to show you something as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then let go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let go. You can also do this as a bit of a buffer. 1, 2, 3, 4, just in case you don't like get it fast enough. Also, a fun thing that I've seen before, check this out. 4, 5, trip, and you can dodge out of it. You can dodge out of it, it'll let you survive when you would have gotten hit. That's the one thing about this, is that it is going to require you to pay attention, but usually that's more fun, so... I mean, this is the fun video, so we're going to be doing that. I was going to bring an Acolyte Killer with me, but I decided that since I am going to be doing like the weapon on its own, give or take a primer.
Life support has been cut off.
I figured that I would go to any without
I'm sending auxiliary life support.
Acolyte Killer, because I'm hoping that I can show that the weapon, whether or not the weapon is good against an Acolyte Killer, good against an Acolyte, but but I could probably figure that out. Oh, damn! I didn't even touch those guys. See? Oh, the Amputator. Nice. But yeah, if I can get a good groove. But as you can see, oh, there we go. Spin and hit all of them around me. It does get less damage as you hit more people, but keep in mind the way that influence works is that, it has this thing where it combines all the procs into one. And that's actually why it's really good. And then it spreads them in one big burst. So that's why with gas, it's specifically really good with gas. And yeah, so that's pretty cool.
Prepare for life support.
Prepare for life support. Well, Lotus, prepare for an Acolyte. Huh. I just wanted to show you that. That was pretty good. I don't know what the number was, though, but I don't really even know if I'm the one that killed him, or it was the Durgia. Yes, you are throwing life support capsules in the area. Very nice. Oh my goodness, who's coming? New Loka. You! fucking hippie! I'm being attacked by hippies, guys. Let's see how they fare against me. Hold on. Alright, hippies, where you go? Oh, there you are. It'd actually be a really good idea to bring a Tinky frame, but like I said, I'm not gonna force you to, I'm not gonna force you to use anything you don't want to use. So if you want to come in here with, like, a mag or something and smack people around, it's very viable. And it's mostly viable because it's fun. And remember, the whole point of video games is fun. You don't want to just, like, go for the most optimal stuff, because this isn't a job. It's fun. That's all you gotta do, is just have fun, man. Ah! Oh, there he is! Bring it on, bitch! Oh wait, hold on, let me finish this guy off. Oh, actually, no, I need him for something. Hold on, I want to show you guys this. So, whenever you're fighting an Acolyte, in actuality, you don't want to hit the Acolyte directly. Check this out. See? Because if you hit the Acolyte directly, the procs won't be that big. So you literally could, like, you legitimately could just ignore the Acolyte. That's the cool thing about Influence. You're not really needing to really hit the Acolyte. You could basically ignore him. Which is, like, the greatest thing ever. So yeah, I'm gonna finish up this mission, and I will see you guys in the outro. Yay! Oh yes, the war! Oh hey.
Looks like some serious
Complete a mission with only a melee weapon equipped. I should have completed that when I was testing this weapon, but I had an Acolyte killer with me because I didn't trust it. Sorry, war. Alright, so that was fun. It takes me back to being a kid and just spinning around in a circle with a stick in my hand. I wasn't trying to hit anything with it. Probably would have hurt my hand if I did hit something with it, but you know. I guess like playing Zelda was kind of like a huge thing in my life where it's just like, oh, I want to carry a stick and spin around in a circle too, yay! Even though it was like not the most like best way to play, but it was fun. But yeah. So yeah, that was the war. I want to show you the build of both Durgia and the war as well. So Durgia, first things first, is like the most important part. It would be Frostbite, Pistol Pestilence, Scorch, and Accelerated Isotope, as well as Prime Pistol Gambit. It's on a Burst Laser Prime. This is my melee build as well. With my ranged weapons, I'm going to be using like Viral and Corrosive Cold. But with my melee weapons, I want less armor on them, and I want to do more damage. But the weapon itself is going to be using gas and electric most of the time. Not all the time, but most of the time. I love Influence though. So we're going to be using this. And Durgia itself is going to have all these mods. Has to have Arc Coil and has to have Manifold Bond. Although the other stuff is literally up to you. Oh, and Vacuum is pretty cool, but you legitimately don't need to use Vacuum if you don't want to. It's not recommended, however, it's completely up to you. So yeah, Shield Charger is on mine, Repair Kit just because health regen, Medi-Ray just because I like it when I'm not dying, Guardian because it's very, very good if you want to not die, well, again. Tenacious Bond for more crit damage. Oh yeah, Tenacious Bond is also part of this build, but it's not necessary. Aerial Bond is really nice. Enhanced Vitality and Arc Coil. Enhanced Vitality is a really good mod. People like the animal not you had a sensor bar. Did you have your dick out? Stop bringing your dick out, dude. But yeah, that's great. We're also going to go to Urele. No, not Urele. Sorry. That's irrelevant. We're going to go to War, and I show you the finalized build. Weeping Wounds, Galvanized Elementalist, Condition Overload, Volcanic Edge, for Volcanic Edge, Virulent Scourge, and Volcanic Strike. This is very hard to say. For gas and electric, We're going to be using Influence, and we're also going to be using Primed Reach and Primed Pressure Point. Weeping Wounds is pretty good here. Weeping Wounds mixed with Galvanized Elementalist is really good as well. Kind of overpowered. But as you've seen, it doesn't really need to do crits to take out an Acolyte, which is really nice. It is, however, a 3-former build, so that's really interesting. And we'll be focusing on Cleaving Whirlwind, which has... Does it have Force Slash? I don't think it has Force Slash. Broken Bull? No, it doesn't have any Force Slash. Which is unfortunate. And it literally has a part of the attack that does no damage, which is interesting. But yeah. That was the build, and yeah, have wonderful, wonderful nightmares. I will see you in them, and remember, if you're watching my content, I know you're into it. Honey, honey. Good night.